All right, guys, just another quick 3-minute video. Now, I touched on this in a short, but I wanted to get a little further into it. This is something that Cold Steel has done for years, and other companies have started doing it. And I think it's really cool that they innovated this. This is one of their high-end Sanmai 3 knives. This is the Black Bear Classic, which is a version, a kind of a homage to the Bob Loveless sub-hilt fighter. But this is like a $300 knife, $320 knife, something like that. But what Cold Steel for years has done is offered basically the same knife in a more affordable version. So these knives dimensionally are exact. Blade stock thickness, the grind, the blade shape, the way the handle is contoured, and everything is basically identical. But what they've done is they've offered you a cheaper material. Now, they've done this in other knives like these two knives, which there is a light version of this, the light Pendleton Hunter, I believe is what they call it, or the Pendleton Hunter or the light Hunter. But it's basically the same knife with materials in the handle and in the blade that are more cost effective. They did the same thing with the Tylite. Tylite you could get in titanium scales, aluminum scales, and in these Grivery, they called it, scales. And so what it allowed you to do was to get a design that you wanted from the company at a reduced price point. Back to the original one that I was showing, the Big Bear or the Black Bear Classic, you've given up the Sanmai laminated steel G10 and steel crossguard and sub hilt, which is pinned, for basically a one-piece craton handle that is dimensionally the same. And you basically wind up with the same knife, which I think it's been really cool that they've done that for years. You're not giving up a lot with the light versions. If you wanted something cool like the Sanmai, yeah, you could look into getting one of these. But every one of these Cold Steel knives that's done like this as a light is comparable to the original, just a little bit less, a little bit less in the materials. Now, I will say there's a little difference in weight, but dimensionally, these knives are exactly the same. There's a little bit of a change in the quillion and the sub-hilt on it, but for all intents and purposes, you get the same knife at a reduced price. I personally like this version a little bit better. It's a little lighter. It's got a little bit better grip. But that's just one of the little innovations that Cold Steel did that a lot of us really appreciate. And I find it cool that other companies have copied that, but no one I've seen in a video has really called it out that Cold Steel was one of the first companies to do this, to offer knives in varying price points, basically the same design, and you could get into a knife at a lesser point. So there you go. Just a quick 3-minute thing. Thanks to Cold Steel for actually doing this. Thanks to my buddy. I'll talk about this in a video when I do a full review of this knife, but this came to me from a friend of mine back home that actually used to own a outdoor and sporting goods store and sent this to me out of their stock when they closed the store. So thank you very much, guys. I will catch you in the next video.